Hi viewers, welcome you once again to Micro Learning. This is Shailaja. So today we are going to see class 12 economics. So we are going to go with chapter 4, continue with chapter 4 which says about consumption and investment. So we have previously seen what are the terminologies that we are using in this particular chapter, such as consumption function, at average propensity to consume. Then we saw about multiplier, accelerator, some of the basic concepts that we are going to cover in this particular chapter, and we have seen a small sum in that context. So today we are going to discuss on 4.2.2. So the first one is, we are going to see a small sum. It's a very easy one. So the total income of a person is supposed to be 40,000. For example, my income is 40,000 rupees. The amount that I am spending is supposed to be 30,000 rupees. So you have a difference over here. 10,000 is supposed to be my saving as such. Now your income has increased. Now your increased spending is about 2,500. So what is the average propensity to consume? It is 75%. And how much is the marginal propensity to consume? It is supposed to be 25%. So how we have to calculate this, I will teach you. So now here 30,000 divided by 40,000, okay, into 100. So when you do this, you get 75% increase. Okay, so I hope you have understood. So again I will teach you, I will tell you how you have to calculate this. So 30,000 you are spending, out of 40,000 your income, into 100, which is equal to 75% that you are spending for consumption purpose. Now when your income has increased, now what happens here is, you have 2,500 divided by 10,000. Okay, this is going to be an increase. Okay, so when you calculate this into 100, you will get 25%. This answer you will be getting. That is the marginal propensity to consume when your income increases about 10,000 rupees. I hope you have understood. It's a very simple concept only. This sum tells you what is the average propensity to consume and what is the marginal propensity to consume as such. So 75% we spend, 25%, and when the income increases, again we spend 25% more. So you have a small sum over here. Look at the income, 40, 10. Consume 30, 2,500. So what previously calculation I did, same calculation is brought over here. So 75% is being used for consumption, and when the income increases, again we are increasing our consumption up to 25%. So this is the formula that you are supposed to apply as such. Okay, so here what happens, here 75% is used for consumption and 25% of it is again spent for consumption when your income increases to 10,000 rupees. So what does it tell you? An individual, when the income increases of an individual, consumption also increases. So now we are going to see some basic formulas. Okay, so what are the formulas? The formula is supposed to be, first one, average propensity to consume. Second one, marginal propensity to consume, average propensity to save, and marginal propensity to save. So here first one says average propensity to consume. Okay, when it says average propensity, average, okay, what is the last word? Consume. So C by Y. When it is average propensity to save, it is S by Y. So don't forget, when it is asked as average, again I say when it is asked as average, what we are supposed to do? We have to see the last word, consume. So it is C, divided by always by income. Here we have average propensity to save, where you have to put it as S divided by Y, because saving divided by income as such. Clear? Now we are going to see marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save. So when we say about marginal, it's supposed to be the change in consumption due to change in income. Now here marginal propensity to save. What is it? Marginal propensity to save says the change in saving because of the change in income. So when you see marginal, always remember to put the change triangle symbol which represents change in economics. Okay, and look at the last word. It is given as consume. So see, always you have to divide it by change in Y as such. I hope you would have understood. So average means you just have to write average propensity to consume, it's C by Y, and average propensity to save is supposed to be S by Y. Only when you see the word marginal, we are supposed to put the symbol triangle, that is change in consumption by change in income. For marginal propensity to save, it is change in S by change in Y. Hope you are very clear about it. So average marginal propensity to consume. Now what is average propensity to consume? So average propensity to consume is the ratio of consumption expenditure at any particular level of income. Okay, so when your income is changing, automatically the consumption will change. So there's a formula for that. APC is equal to C by Y. The last word is C, that you put it in the denominator because that is standing for consumption. Y always stands as a denominator because income is a very important concept for calculating anything in life. Okay, for that income is essential. So this is about average propensity to consume. So C stands for consumption, Y stands for income. Next one is marginal propensity to consume. So what is marginal propensity to consume? Marginal propensity is nothing but the ratio of change in consumption to change in income. How will you write the change symbol? It is triangle. Okay, so C, because you have consumed, divided by change in Y. Okay, hope you have understood. If it is marginal propensity to consume, the marginal tells you change. So change in C, because consume is given, divided by change in Y as such. So what is marginal propensity to consume? It is supposed to be the ratio of change in consumption to change in income. So how do you calculate this? MPC is equal to change in C by change in Y. So what is change in C? Tells you change in consumption. Change in Y tells you about the income. So MPC is positive but less than utility. Okay. Next one is average propensity to save. Okay. So what is average propensity to save? Average propensity to save is the ratio of saving to income. So you can be calculating this with a formula where APS is equal to S by Y. Okay, so what does S stands for? Savings, and what does Y stands for? Income. So always your saving depends upon your income as such, always. Okay, for any purpose, okay, in life itself, which is very essential for our living, money stands as a essential factor. So S stands for saving, Y stands for income. Now we are going to see marginal propensity to save. What does marginal says you? Change. Okay, change. S is here, so change in S by change in Y. So what is marginal propensity to save telling you? Change in saving by change in income. So when there is a change, marginal propensity to save is a ratio of change in saving to change in income. Change in saving because of change in income. So what is MPS is? Okay, it is expressed algebraically as MPS is equal to S by Y, where S stands for, change in S stands for saving and change in Y stands for income. So marginal tells you the change. So now we are going to see a calculation of the following. So you have, first you should know, you can see income given here, consumption, okay, C by Y, S by Y, change in C by Y, change in S by Y. So when we are calculating this, now look at, we are going to do the calculation and we are going to derive at MPC. What is MPC's formula? MPC, this row's formula is nothing but C by Y. So C by Y, first column if you see, consumption is 120, income is 120. So how much will be your saving? Saving is going to be 0 because whatever income you are going to get, you are going to spend it. So you have derived at this column. Okay. Now the next row you see, the income is supposed to be 180. How much you are spending? 170 for consumption. How much is remaining? 10. So I hope you have understood this part of it. Okay. Marginal propensity you save, you have understood about it. So next we are going to see APS. APS we have already seen, because 120, you get 120 and you spend 120 for consumption, so it will be 0. Second row you can see 180 is the income, 170 is for consumption, so 10 is remaining as such. Okay, so 10 is supposed to be the savings as such. Now you have to calculate this by 10 is your savings. What is your income as such? 180. Okay, so into 100. This is how we calculate. Now let us see MPC. MPC, in the first column we have to put dash. Always for MPC you should have another number along to which you can compare and do the calculation. Now you have to take only the second row into consideration. They have given 50 divided by 60. How will you get 50 by 60? Income is 120 at the first stage, and at the second level your income is rising by 180. What happens to the consumption? Consumption, when your income in the first row is 120, your consumption is also 120. Here when your income increases to 180, what happens? Your consumption is to 170. Now minus these two together, you will get 50. Minus, okay, again I say minus 180 minus 120 is equal to 60. This part of it. 120 by 170. So your difference is supposed to be 50 as such. Okay. So you have to know the calculation now. Simple calculation, it's not very difficult. You can easily understand as such. Now you have to calculate MPC. How do you calculate MPC? This is 60. Okay, this is 60 and the difference is, this is supposed to be 50 as such. The difference. Now this 50 divided by 60 is equal to 0.83. So that is the answer given here. Okay, I hope you have understood. You don't have any difficulty in that. Okay, there is an error here. This is not correct as such. Okay. Now the last column, MPS. So for MPS also same concept. First roller you cannot write anything, because only if we have two numbers then only we can make a comparison how much we are going to save and we are going to save. So the second one, if you see, how will you find out that? Okay, MPS. How will you calculate? Now 10 divided by 60. Okay, how did you derive at this particular 10? What is the difference here? The difference here is 180 minus 170 is equal to 10 divided by 60. Why we have taken 60? 60 is supposed to be the change in y. What is the change in y? 120 it was first, then it is 180. So the difference between these two is supposed to be 60. So now your calculation goes this way, saying that 10 divided by 60. What is 10? Change in savings divided by change in y. So this is how you calculate. So you get the answer as 0.16. So you can make this conversion into 7 as such. So this is you have a formula over here. This says MPC is plus MPS is equal to 1. MPS is equal to 1 minus MPC and MPC is equal to 1 minus MPS. So average propensity to consume is expressed in percentage and MPC in fraction as such. Hope you would have understood this calculation. Okay, so you can work out from your textbook as such. Now you have a worksheet. What is average propensity to consume? What is marginal propensity to consume? What is average propensity to save? What is marginal propensity to save? Write a formula for APC, APS, MPC and MPS. So those who are watching the channel for the first time, please like, subscribe, comment and share to Micro Learning. This is once again Shailaja thanking you all.